Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Haaland has fallen kindly here. Goal, Norway! And there is your opener. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
France are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Cherki. Now it's Mbappe. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that looks a decent ball. Chouameni. And they're back on the ball again. Can he get it through? And that could set him on his way. Norway leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Great chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Barcola has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Mignon comes out and deals with it. He's had it taken off him. Koundé does well to get it back. That's a nicely shaped ball. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
France clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
The ball has... Oh, he's been caught on it here! No, not quite on the same wavelength. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Kante calmly anticipates. It's a pretty loose pass.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That'll be a throw-in. Østigard. Ryerson. That's a good foray he's making. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Nice looking ball. Tries one from range! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Cherki, chance! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Barcola probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's had a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance than that, Peter. That is disappointing.
Half an hour played now. Defending was strong and firm. Can he get on the end of this? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Could be danger here! And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that's really well manoeuvred. That is a great pick out. And the shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Haaland. And the through ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. And he welcomes it in. And he's found a way. Decent chance! And he's there to belt it away. Pass somewhat off target. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Lobbed in behind. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
That has been cut short.
Added time.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Ødegaard threads one in. Can he latch on to this? Mignon claims comfortably. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Norway looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0.
And there they are. Please welcome our players, everyone.
Down to business again.
Norway definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Now it's Haaland. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he was quick to react. Oh, he's bust. Can he finish? Oh, that was no routine save.
Barcola really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. Shot a goal! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
France restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Looking to play him in. Real chance! Goal, France! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Tchouameni gets a foot in here. Driving on and making good progress. And the shot! And he hits the net! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Substitution.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
So the lead now is 2.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Looking for the run. Well, that has not gone well. Played back to the goalkeeper. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he plays one through. Well timed, excellent interception. And this is Dembele. Dembele was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And the counter is on. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Ryerson. It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Dembele.
Substitution for Norway, number 7.
Dembele.
Number
Kante
23.
has created one goal already.
Number 15.
Oh, well measured. That
Coming
was
on the
lovely,
field,
that.
Number 11, number 21, number 5. Substitutions taking
Upamecano
place.
spots it and intercepts. Now that's well seen too. Pass somewhat off target. Into the last 5 minutes. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. No, that's been intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Always goes, shoots! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Please report to the staff room immediately.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We stand for the national anthem of France. Well, if that doesn't get the juices flowing, then nothing will. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this. Players to make their case, so I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even, and that's not a bad thing.
So straight into the action. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Norway clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Maignan, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception, because I think he's just very solid in all aspects of his game, and he has a great relationship with this defence.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Haaland. And he's intervened well there. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Chouameni neatly clipped into space. Oh, what a mistake! Nicely weighted ball. Can he finish?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking for the run. Oh, well played, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
France clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And it's Conte. Probing pass. Pass somewhat off target.
That's good play from him.
Good ball, good... Haaland! Haaland! That is brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Number 9.
Norway have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Chance here to counter.
France always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But oh, they could be caught out here. Ødegaard. Big chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's being urged to shoot. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. It's a good foot in there. Now it's Mbappe. Referee has just said play on. Now it's Haaland.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Solid! And he's stuck it away. They are purring, truly purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach.
And he shoots! It's a goal! Right back in the game! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
France cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. He's shifting through the gears. Chance, surely! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Odegaard. Saliba makes the interception. Barcola. Oh, that's fabulous.
2 added minutes has been
Odegaard
indicated.
tries to pass it through, and he plays one through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Spread out to the left. Tries to play it through, and it's made its way to him. And that signals the end of the first period. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Norway leading, but only just 2-1 the scoreline. So the action resumes. Great vision. There's the shot! Oh, good finish! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Cherki, that has not gone well. Saliba gets over and intercepts. Couldn't squeeze it through. And the through ball. And he's picked it up out wide. Chance for a shot! It's a pity. And again! He's done very well to get to that.
Tchouaméni clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Norway have the chance to go the other way. That's a cute ball. Barcola gets flagged offside. Stood up well to him there. Nicely spread.
You can never be short of runners into space.
Shapes to shoot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Norway really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
The match was 51,832.
Can he get it through? Surlot. Corner given.
Substitution.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Can he finish? And now they can spring out of defence. He's on it, can he get away? Just eases him off the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Oh no, this does not look good. Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Great chance here from position A1.
Well, I think the technical challenge is doable. This could depend on the amount of power.
And he's well positioned here. Norway have their second corner now. Mignon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. France are looking to go forward now. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Threads one in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, super ball! Norway needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Coming on to replace him is number 11. Substitutions taking place.
Can he spark a counter here? Well, that's well seen too. Hefty challenge, but fair enough. Norway have opted to make another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Oh, it's Dembele. Real chance! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Substitution for Norway, number 15.
France have their third
Coming
corner.
on to replace him is number 5. Substitution in progress.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
This looks and the shot! Goal, Norway! And they get themselves in front! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Tries a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great chance! And again! Goal! No, flags up on the far side.
Well, I think he knew, Peter, the way he sheepishly looked across.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Just 5 minutes left. Space for him to turn and look. Chouameni with a fine tackle. So, third corner of the game.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And he's worked it through. He's having a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Added minutes has been
That's put paid to the danger. He's got away. Koundé did well to stay calm there. And there's green grass ahead of him. Dembele is onto it. It's Dembele! And he hits the net. They have stolen level at the last. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Number 7.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left. Well, he's having a pump! More pressure on the opposition goal.
Just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
They need to make something happen here. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Is now in operation for your
So a
safety.
brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Substitution for Norway, number 26, Ryerson. Coming on to replace him is number 20, substitution.
"90 minutes gone and nothing between them still. Norway conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Bob! Terrific save! That's another chance! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Norway leading now.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Koundé proves too strong. Bob receives it in a good position here.
Bob really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Not the most accurate pass. Doué.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
It's Dembele! And that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, you always felt that they were going to up the tempo after going behind. It's not like they have any other option now.
And that could have brought them level.
Oh, I think you could really feel his pain there. He was convinced he'd put his side level.
Pass somewhat off target. Now, can they get him away?
There will be 1 minute
Thinks
added
about the
time.
shot. That's an imaginative pass. Looking to play him in. Now it's Chouameni. So that was it, the first period of extra time. So this is it, 1 goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist? And we're off for the final time. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Shot a goal! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, the reaction from his teammates says it all, Peter. They simply expected better.
That has not gone well. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Looking for options, for movement. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And the shot! It's in! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Well, that has changed the dynamic. Takes a shot! In he goes again! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively...
Oh, shooting chance! It's hit the upright.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Zaire Emery. It's been shipped out wide. That's been cut out, well played. And that's it. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
We're up and running then. He's going for goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And that was very necessary. And they're on him in a flash. And the through ball. Now it's Olise. Mbappe. Barcola. Great chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Now it's Haaland. Koundé ventures forward.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Hernandez. So what can they make of this? Can he get it through? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Norway clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Stood up well to him there. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Lovely pass, but can he get there? So it is still 0-0. Now he's got space here. And he cuts out the supply. Ryerson tries to play it through. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is very much the player in all of football in so many ways. His development really owes to the fact that he made all the best choices. The clubs, the coaches, everything has been meticulously planned, and an awful lot of that would be attributed to his dad's experience.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. He's had a shot! Goal! France! And France are in front. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
France have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
That is a great pick out. Right. Mbappe! In he goes again. And somehow he's managed to miss it.
France really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Upamecano. That is ended up in no man's land. Now that looks a decent ball. Tries one from range. And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Well, that is one way to stop him. And he's quick to return it. No, again, there's no way through. That looks a good ball through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Elise. And it's been hooked away. Now this could be a chance. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Now, can they get him away? Ryerson. Could move up a gear here. He's picked his way through. Very nicely done. Tries from distance. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And that's a good-looking ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Good chance here! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
And there's Greenbrook. Goes for a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
This possibly the last play of the half. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Norway trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Memorabilia from today's match
It's
is
been
now
a
on
pretty
sale in the
tepid
stadium.
display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Norway can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Defending was strong and firm. Aims beyond the defence. And he's there to get it away.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Nicely shaped ball. Manuel. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. France needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Østigard spots it and intercepts. Looking to play him in. It's a searching pass. It's interception. Good ball, good take. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Oh, cracking ball. Nice looking ball. Oh, that's clever. Østigard cuts it out. Nicely weighted ball. Can he finish? Brilliant from Solot! A finish right from the top draw. Norway are back in business. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He has found the way through. Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Cherki knocks it into space. Shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Takes the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Østigard goes direct. He won't be happy with that one. Looking for a runner. Østigard cuts out the pass. Threads one in, and the through ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Caught offside that time. Norway can now introduce the first of their substitutes. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Substitution for Norway. Number 26.
Corner number 2 then.
Ryerson. Coming on the field is...
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, he's been caught on, and the shot! And that is wildly off target.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Saliba makes the interception. Can he get on the end of this? Short changes him with that pass. Picks out brilliant, and a chance! It's hit the upright. So here comes the substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now he's running away. It's Rabiot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Defending of the desperate variety. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Norway have the chance to go the other way. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Mbappe.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Haaland. Pass somewhat off target. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. So, that was the second half.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Thank you for your cooperation.
So a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance.
Substitution for Norway. Number 15. Number 10. Erdegaard. Coming on the field.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. He's on it, can he get away? Østigard promptly onto that, and that is that. Great vision. No, didn't quite have the weight on it. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Haaland. Oh, nicely intercepted. It's a pretty loose pass. This looks promising. Engages and forces him off the ball. Looking for the run. Haaland. Upamecano kept his eye on it, and he's there. The less said about that pass, the better. Tries to pass it through. No, that's been intercepted. He's having a hit! And that is doing no harm at all.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Looking for options for movement. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, he's been caught napping! And we're halfway through extra time.
Hello attendees, this is a...
So nothing yet in extra time to make a difference. This the final 15 minutes for someone to do something.
To the information center.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Probing pass. He's a sharp little ball here. Looking for the run. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And that's going to be a booking.
Yeah, it was all about timing if he was going to be stopped legally, but obviously that wasn't the case.
So we're ready to go. Not much more than a formality.
Well, look at the keeper's reaction, Peter. He felt he could have kept it out. That was so tight.
The goal scorer for France.
Norway are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
France have their lead.
It was definitely a brave call by the referee to give that penalty, and I think the way this game has gone, it could easily turn out to be the decisive moment.
Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Mbappe! And he should have made them pay.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance than that, Peter. That is disappointing.
Zaire Emery. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
There they go, hunting again.
Now, who's going to be first to this?
Norway really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
1 minute added time.
That's been cut out, well played. Gets a good foot in there. And that'll be the end of that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal.